what you're contacting are guardian angels. Her and her mother. I can't speak for her mother, but for her, because I talk to only her, is that something is up here with that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So you have to be very, very careful where you focus your attention on. And I never, when I think about it, I never really heard her actually talk about God. It was just the guardian angels that kept her safe, and it sounded great, and I didn't see anything initially wrong with it. But then I started to see the progression, and I said, uh-oh, and she moved totally away from the guardian angel talk into hexes and spells, and she was just very easily agitated, and she just kind of had a dark vibe about her. Even when I talked to her, I started to feel uncomfortable, actually. And then when I thought it was just me, because I often second guess myself, other people started to say things about her and how she would like be 1 minute standing there staring at them. It was just a darkness about her. And I actually worry and I wonder where she's at now, and is she okay? Because something else definitely had got a hold of her. Okay, so I'm going to end this episode with the compelling truth of this particular article on their website. It says, we can certainly be grateful to God for ministering spirits. Angels, ministering spirits, ministering angels. But we must not, bam, there it is, we must not worship them. They said it themselves. We must not worship them. Humans and angels alike are all subject to God and worship Him as Lord. So let's put this in perspective. So us as humans and perfect human beings and angels are subject to God, and they worship Him as well. We shouldn't be worshiping the guardian angels, okay, or ministering angels or ministering spirits. They worship Him as well, and His sovereignty, okay? So the Apostle John tried to worship an angel. Okay, here we go. The Apostle John tried to worship an angel in the book of Revelation, and the angel actually rebuked him. You must not do that, it said. It admonished and rebuked him. I am a fellow servant with you and your brothers, the prophets, and with those who keep the words of this book. Worship God. Let me say it one more again. Worship God. Don't worship me. Worship God. This came from the angel itself. Revelations 22:9 is where that reference is at. So the angel's even telling the Apostle John not to do that. Very forcefully. Don't do that. Don't worship me. Worship God. You must not do that. So it's important to keep in mind that while angels do minister to believers, they are not acting of their own accord, okay, but are sent by God, okay? Ministering spirits, ministering angels, messengers of God. He is omnipotent and omnipresent, okay, one who can command the angels to do His work. God alone is worthy of all praise, honor, and glory for the answers to prayers, encouragement, protection, and services that angels provide. So I do want to talk again about this young lady. So if anyone, in regards to what I was saying about her, basically speaking on guardian angels of her family, guardian angels of her, and how things started to turn dark for her. And she said she was basically conversing with her guardian angel in the spirit realm. She started to talk along that way, that she was conversing with it, it's talking to her and stuff like that. But based on what we just read, okay, in regards to the Apostle John in the book of Revelations 22:9, and the angel itself telling him not to do that. So if you're out there and you're listening and you are into guardian angels and personal angels that you believe, you're from that school of thought, for your family, for yourself, I understand where you're coming from. Angels do exist and they do these things, but if you are believing to be communicating with your guardian angel, you might want to basically look at that a little bit closer and keep Revelations 22:9 in your mind, because angels don't do that. You're not supposed to be worshiping them. And also, I did an episode in which we only, actually in the Bible, angels, there are many angels, okay? Their names are not usually, if not actually mentioned. And it's not mentioned for a reason, not because they're not important. It's because us as imperfect human beings have this way, predisposed way of kind of latching onto things and kind of getting off course, okay? Like the Apostle John, he wanted to basically worship this angel versus God, and the angel had to put him in place. So if you feel that I guess what I'm trying to say, if you feel like you're having this dialogue, or you feel this presence and it's your guardian angel, most likely it's not a guardian angel. It's something else that's conversing with you and is near to you, and it's most likely a fallen angel, okay? And that's not something that you want to build communication with. It's not something that you want to keep close to you and inviting them into yourself as well as your home, and that way they gain access, okay? You don't want that. These are not angels from God. They're the fallen angels. You were just listening to Teachable Moments with April podcast. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode.